Okay, Darren here, BestAutoDetailingTips.com, Detailing Made Simple. A brief little video, another purpose for one of my favorite products, the Meguiar's Super-Degreaser. It is a concentrate. It comes in a gallon size because it's professional grade. So for many of you that will be overkill, but because there's so many uses for it, which is why I thought I would show you yet another use, I highly recommend it. This is my concentrate in my pre-labeled Meguiar's bottle, and for this demonstration it's diluted 4 parts to 1, which means 4 parts water, 1 part concentrate. It's easy on the bottle. You fill it up to the 4.1 with water, the rest of the way with the concentrate. Rubberized floor mats. Okay, these are the floor mats out of my very own van, and my van has 208,000 miles on it. That would be the van right over there, my work van. All I have ever done with these mats is used the Super-Degreaser on them. It's very straightforward. Now this mat is not that dirty. You know why? Because I keep them clean. But part of my point, as I'm trying to illustrate, is that this product does not leave a white residue like other degreasers. It's not caustic, and this rubber floor mat still feels like rubber. It's not all dried out. It doesn't need some pH balance, whatever, to neutralize it. You just hose it on, scrub it, rinse it off, let it dry, blow it dry, whatever. And after, let's see, it's an or a 98. That band's a 98. So do the math. This is 014, and it's got 208,000 miles on it. And these mats, aside from this wear mark because of my driver's foot, which there's nothing I'm going to do about that, these mats are still flexible, they're pliable, they're still in great shape. So I'm going to bring you in and just quickly demonstrate what I do. Once again, 4 to 1. Okay, one of the first things I want to talk about is picking the right tool for the job. So this is the right product for the job, the right tool. For example, not all brushes are created equal. You will see, hopefully you will see, this brush has finer bristles to it. This brush is stiffer, thicker bristles, and less quantity of bristles. This is actually like an RV brush, and the bristles are longer, they're very flexible, there's more to them. So that's where you have to decide as a detailer or as a car owner, picking the most appropriate tool for the job. Because this rubber mat is hard, it's not like carpeting where there's a bunch of loose fibers or tall fibers. It's basically a flat rubber mat with tiny little pores or texture to it. So knowing that, I want to pick a brush that has lots of bristles to it so it can get in these tiny little pores. If I picked an overly stiff brush with thicker bristles and less bristles as far as density, it's going to be less effective at really cleaning the little tiny pores or texture of this mat. So really the only thing you need to know about this is you don't want to let it dry. Not that it's going to damage it, it's just that once it dries, because I'm doing it in the sun and most of my work I do in the sun, once it dries, it stops doing its work, and then you have to rinse it. Boy, that was a loud car. You also notice, I don't know if it's picking it up, but it's kind of turning this mat a little brown, because what happens is it reacts to the rubber, because rubber will oxidize, for lack of a better word, rubber will oxidize like a lot of materials. So if you have a gray rubber floor mat, like in Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, I mean, rubber floor mats come in a lot of trucks and vans. So you just scrub. You see how it foams up a little bit? And before it dries, I simply rinse. And now this mat virtually looks brand new, of course, aside from the permanent wear mark. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this in the sun. Now the second point is after you've thoroughly rinsed it, is that if you were just to lay this on the ground, what's gonna happen is water is going to pool up in these areas. Why is that a problem? Because it's like water spots on a car. This is regular tap water from the garden hose. There's minerals in it. So wherever it pools up, it will create a ring of a watermark. It's not permanent, it can be cleaned off, but you don't want that. So you either need to blow this off with a blower or simply hang it over something so it can truly drip dry and not pool up anywhere. Just make sure that how you hang it up based on your floor mats, because for example, you have these ridges that will still collect water. So I'm really a big fan of blowing it off first with a leaf blower and then hanging it dry. Let it totally dry, and my mat looks in many ways as good as day one. It's still very flexible. It's not dried out. I don't use any dressing on it. I don't recommend dressing on floor mats anyways, because you add a little water to a mat that has dressing on it and it becomes very slick. So it's just an accident waiting to happen. So that's it. Yet another one of hundreds of uses that I find for this product, the Super-Degreaser.